What's up YouTube, it's Onion Bomb here on Ascent Sports, and welcome to just a kind of a random spur of the moment video. Deshaun Watson has officially requested a trade, though we've known he wanted a trade for a while now, wanting to get out of there and probably was going to move. So I thought I'd just make a video about 10 of the most likely spots I could see him going, either because I could see him ending up there or he just fit really good there. Some might have their baggage or reasons that he might not go there, but these are the 10 teams that I really think are going to be one of the teams that get Watson, or if they don't, they maybe should have or would have been a better team if they did. Here are 10 teams I think Deshaun Watson will fit really well in. For number 10, I have the New York Jets. Now, I'm actually not the biggest fan of this one. The really big reason I put this here is because it was reported that this is Deshaun Watson's ideal landing spot for some reason. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just, it's better for the Jets than it is for Deshaun for a fact. It's a really big rebuilding job. We don't know if Robert Saleh is going to be a good head coach, but if he is, they can get him, and maybe him and Deshaun Watson work well together, and then in the second pick of the draft, maybe can get Penei Sewell, and then maybe can start rebuilding from there. But they need just a lot. They'll be in the right direction, but they'll need a lot for that to be anywhere. But it's definitely more promising of a future than if the Jets don't do that. For number 9, I have the Washington football team. This is kind of the same reason as the Jets. Not the biggest fan of this one, but it is a rebuilding job, but it's a little bit better of a position than the Jets, in my opinion. They got Ron Rivera, who is seeming to have doing a pretty good job in the Washington football team. You got a decent defense there, and even offense. There needs to be some, of course, some holes to fill, O-line. But you got Terry McLaurin, and you got a pretty good running game in Antonio Gibson. So you definitely need a little bit of rebuilding in some areas, but with the NFC East, if you add Deshaun Watson to the football team, you can definitely win that division and instantly be in the playoffs. And maybe not make a run for the Super Bowl, but with some rebuilding, hey, you never know. Coming in number 8 is the New England Patriots. Yes, everyone's nightmare. We don't want the New England Patriots to be back as a top team, but I have to admit they would be a pretty good fit for Deshaun Watson. However, there is still a problem. Of course, he needs to get weapons, but a lot of mock drafts they are predicted to get Kyle Pitts. If they could get someone like that, that would definitely be a start. And maybe if they could make a trade for, I don't know, Odell or someone like that, maybe make a splash in free agency. It could possibly Allen Robinson if he leaves the Bears, or someone just to give Deshaun a weapon if they could manage to get Deshaun. They already have a good defense. They have a great head coach. It definitely wouldn't be the worst fit, and they could definitely make something work as soon as next season. And with number 7, I have the Carolina Panthers. I really like this one, actually. Imagine an offense: Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. That's a good offense right there. That got some weapons. I really like the position Carolina is in. I think they are doing a really good job at the rebuild so far. It's still going on, but definitely could speed things up with Deshaun Watson. That offense, I just said, it would be scary if they fill some other holes. They could definitely be a top team because they didn't do the best record-wise, but at least to me, they just always felt like a better team last season. Got a decent draft pick. I think the Panthers would be really good with Deshaun Watson. Another team that would be good with Deshaun Watson is the Chicago Bears. They made the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles having kind of some quarterback problems. They did go 8-8, but if Mitchell Trubisky can go 8-8, Deshaun Watson can do much better. They don't have the best weapons, of course, and I think Allen Robinson is a free agent, so they got some. They can work with it though. They have a really good defense. Coaching staff may be a little bit iffy, but it's definitely not terrible. They definitely would be a contender with Deshaun Watson. To be a Super Bowl contender though, they probably would need a weapon or two, but if they don't keep Allen Robinson, but I think the Bears are a good fit for Deshaun Watson. Okay, top 5. Next up, we have a team that, honestly, I wasn't even going to put on this list, but looks like they're going to move on from their quarterback, or they want to, and that is the LA Rams. If they can move off of Goff and his contract, the LA Rams are a great fit for Deshaun Watson. They are pretty good everywhere else, really good defense. They got them weapons such as like Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. Cam Akers for a running back is actually looking like he's going to be pretty good. They could be a killer team with Deshaun Watson. The only reason they might not be higher is because we don't know for a fact if they are going to move off from Goff. They aren't the best in cap space because of Goff's contract mostly, but there's a way they could make it work, and if they can, I think they should, but it just seems like it could be a pipe dream after all. But if they can make it work, man, that would be a killer team, and probably, honestly, maybe even a Super Bowl favorite already if they could get Deshaun Watson. That would be a good team. And in a very similar situation, at number 4, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, that it's very similar to the Rams. Good defense, weapons on offense, though their running game is very shaky. Though you guys know, I'm actually a Steelers fan. I believe that can be, if they could focus on that in the draft, I think they could fix it maybe just a little bit. But again, with Cap and their quarterback having most of the contract, that just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But you never know. There are talks about Ben possibly retiring. Honestly, personally, I don't think he is. I think he's going to play his last year in his contract. That's just how the Steelers seem to operate, and this seems like how it's going to go. I would love Deshaun Watson, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, I'm not even a Ben hater, but I can't deny that the Steelers would definitely be a much better team with Deshaun Watson, because he's Deshaun Watson. Young receivers, they can all good. That would be a really good offense right there if they could get something going in the running game. Ooh, that's another Super Bowl team right there. Even with all bias aside, you gotta admit that'd be a good team. Steelers with Deshaun Watson. Okay, now at number 3, I have the Denver Broncos. This one makes a lot of sense to me. Drew Lock does not seem like he is the answer. I was really rooting for him. Disappointing. But if they can get Deshaun Watson, they'd be a good team. They got some weapons themselves. They got Jerry Jeudy. They got Cortland Sutton, though I think he did get injured. They got Noah Fant. They got a decent defense. They were actually supposed to be a good team, but injury plagued them. If they can get healthy with Deshaun Watson, they got running game Melvin Gordon. I think Philip Lindsay is a free agent, but they still got Melvin Gordon. That I think the Broncos would be a really good team. Do I think it'd be a better fit than the Steelers and Rams? Probably not, but I just think it's a little bit more likely for Deshaun Watson to end up at the Broncos, more so than the Steelers or the Rams, just with their situations. But yeah, it's a really good fit, and I think it's very likely. That's why it's kind of at the top list, which is what I was kind of trying to explain in the beginning. It's kind of in order for likeliness and good fit, and kind of also combined. And coming at number 2, I have the San Francisco 49ers. I really, really like this fit here. And they seem to be wanting to move on from Jimmy G. this would be a really good team. Nick Bosa was hurt for the year. They still got a really good defense. Actually, scratch that. Their whole team got decimated by by injuries. Like, the 49ers are a much better team than their record showed. And they got some pieces on offense too. Kyle Shanahan's a pretty good head coach. Yeah, I really like this fit, and it just seems likely to me because they're in search for a quarterback, and they want to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the 49ers could be in immediately Super Bowl contention again if they could land Deshaun Watson. So that's why 49ers are at number 2. Alright, number 1 on my list, I have the Miami Dolphins. This was Deshaun's other team that was mentioned in a report. It was the Jets and the Dolphins, and he wanted the Jets, I think, more, but he said it was mentioned the Dolphins were like a second choice. But second choice is still a choice. Plus, this was a 10-win team regardless. Brian Flores, I think, is going to be one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Consider that in the next couple of years. If not already, he's done a great job in Miami, and they got a really good defense going there, and Deshaun would get really good on the offense. They could use some work on offense, like they could use another weapon. However, the Dolphins have 2 first-round picks, one being the 3rd overall, so they could definitely get something going there. Or they could even take again, I mentioned the name Penei Sewell. They could help their line there. They'd be in a great position. Or they could get the Heisman winner Devontae Smith. They could get Jamar Chase. They could give him a weapon. It really depends. I just think Dolphins are number 1. I really like the Dolphins team, with Deshaun being interested, with it being a good fit. I do feel for Tua, though. I don't really think they should give up on Tua, but if they can get Watson, they should. But I say if they don't get Watson, then I don't think they should give up on Tua, at least just yet. That's another concern. Are they really gonna give up on Tua yet? Who knows? But yeah, my Dolphins come in at number 1. Alright, guys, so that is 10 teams I think Deshaun Watson either is going to end up on, could end up on, should end up on. It would be really good fits, and just 10 teams that would just get that much better if Deshaun Watson would go there. So let me know what you guys think. Where do you think he'll go? Where do you want him to go? Did you think I missed a team on the list? If so, please explain the reasoning. Do you disagree with the reason why a team is on this? Let me know if you want to. But for now, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe. No, it's always up to you. I will see you guys in the next video. Which for me, goodbye.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning.